All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome to another MK1 video. So, this specific video here was requested by Boon himself. Well, not specifically this video, but he did request the Mortal Kombat 1 community to give him 4 characters. Feedback on 4 characters, on which 4 characters need the most love in MK1. So I'm going to be talking about my 4 characters right now. But before that, leave a thumbs up on the video, leave a comment, let me know what you guys would change or what you guys want change for 4 specific characters. I'm going to be reading all the comments. All right, let's check this out. So let's check out the tweet first. This was the first one here. Okay, today, which 4 fighters do you feel need the most love in Mortal Kombat 1? Just 4. All right, just 4, guys. 4 is enough. And someone said, what kind of love we talking about here? I like the gift too. Then Boon clarified, buffs, more combos, skins, gear, anything to make them more fun to play and compete with. So that's a great post by Ed. He wants the feedback from the community, and that's what I'm here to offer, at least my point of view on what I would like to see changed. So number one, before I go into these 4 characters, I want to mention this because this is something that I feel needs to be included in Mortal Kombat 1 no matter what, because this has been a staple, or this is a staple in pretty much every single fighting game that has existed since like the beginning of like modern or like more advanced technology as far as online play. I think even the 3D Mortal Kombat games had this when they had online connection. And what I'm talking about is lobbies. There is no excuse for Mortal Kombat 1 to not have online lobbies. There was in MK9, there was lobbies. Injustice 1, there was lobbies. Mortal Kombat X, Injustice 2, MK11, there's always been online lobbies. There is no excuse. Mr. Ed Boon and everyone in NetherRealm, I love you guys, but there is no excuse for not having online lobbies in Mortal Kombat 1. It's a staple in pretty much every fighting game now. It's crazy to me. So I really hope they put online lobbies, because if MK1 goes its entire lifespan without having online lobbies, that would be a shame. It would be like the only fighting game in the modern era that has no online lobbies. It's crazy. So I want to get that out of the way because I feel like online lobbies are super important. It's just supposed to be like a staple in a fighting game. Online lobbies, like I can't believe that they're not in the game. So I want to throw that. That's like my very first thing that I would include into this game. All right, where's my phone? I need to look at my little notepad as far as characters. Oh, it's right here. All right, so I have 2 cameos and 2 main roster characters that I want to talk about here. So number one, I'm gonna bring up the cameos first because honestly, Mortal Kombat 1 was developed around cameos. Yeah, your main character is important, but in many cases, the cameo character is even more important than your base roster character, because your cameo is what's going to help keep your moves safe, extend your combos, give you a projectile when you don't have one, etc., right? So I've always said cameos are actually more important than the main roster characters. So I'm going to be talking about the cameo. I do want to give credit to NetherRealm for adding a new move to Striker that actually makes him, in my opinion, the most fun character in the game with his machine gun, his new machine gun attack. That was such a genius move. And I think more cameos need that. They need something else to make them more fun. Obviously people want to do combos, but it's not only about combos with Striker. You could actually use that as a mix-up tool, as a way to keep your wake-up safe. Yeah, it's a expensive resource. It uses up all your cameo gauge, but it's a genius move. I feel like cameo characters need that. They need more things that they could use to enhance the main roster characters. So the first one is Kano. I have Kano as the most boring cameo in the game. What the hell do you do with Kano other than keep your, for example, if I'm using Scorpion as a main character, or Baraka, let's just use Baraka, right? He does his spinning blade move, his Baraka barrage, right? And then he brings in Kano to back him up. That's literally it. That's literally it. He has no other uses. Yeah, they try to buff his laser, and you could still get punished. Like if you're mid screen, you block it, it's faster, but it does 7%. Like it's not an ambush assist. Like Kano is the most boring cameo fighter in the game. Darius has mix-ups, has crazy mix-ups if you use them right. That was the other cameo that has been like the least used. But yeah, Kano, let me show you guys something that they could do. They could actually revert his knife toss back to how it was before. So when Peacemaker came out, Kano was actually the very first cameo that I used with Peacemaker because you could do combos like this. By the way, I'm getting my ass whooped right now, but don't worry, I will come back and explain to you guys this combo. And this is a change that they could have reverted back. This right here. Look at how sick those combos look. It adds more to Kano's gameplay with specific characters that could do this. So before, Kano's knives actually would not end the combo string. But after Peacemaker came out and NetherRealm saw that you had the potential to do these kind of combos with Peacemaker and some other characters, they changed Kano's knives. So now the second knife actually locks out the combo. So if I do the same combo now, the first knife will combo with my gunshots, but then I think the second knife combos as well with the initial combo, but then it locks it out. So after that second knife toss hits, it just stops the combo. So that's what they changed to. I guess they thought it was too strong for Kano to do that with characters like Peacemaker. Obviously, you have some other characters that have projectiles that you could do that with before with Kano. Like Raiden being one of them. I think Liu Kang, all these characters that have projectiles, right? So if they revert the knife toss back to how it was before, and maybe make the eye laser an ambush assist, but make it take your entire bar and make it sort of stagger your opponent so you could combo from it. I'm just throwing ideas out there. That might be a little bit too strong, but yeah, I feel like at least reverting Kano's knives back to how they were before so you could actually use them in combos, I think that would be good. The next cameo that I want to talk about is Motaro, because Motaro might be the coolest cameo in all of Mortal Kombat 1 just because he's fucking Motaro. He's a boss character, right? But the problem is Motaro has, he has good utility, don't get me wrong. The low projectile is the best move that he has. But as far as his teleport, there's only a handful of characters that actually use that in combos. I feel like, I don't know, maybe make the teleport faster. It's already pretty fast, so maybe they have to add a new move completely for Motaro. Maybe his kicks or something, right? They don't have him do anything with his kicks. Maybe add like a move where you could do his kick move to launch the opponent. I don't know. I know that it probably takes a ton of animation to make Motaro work. I mean, you can't even toss him with Conan, right? Let me start this video over from over here so we can have more time to talk. So I don't know. I think Motaro's like the coolest cameo just because he's Motaro. And I feel like he doesn't get used as much. The only character that really benefits like a lot, and might be his best cameo, is Garrus. Lord Garrus with Motaro is just awesome. So much fun. And I feel like Motaro could do that to a lot of different characters, but the utility is just not there compared to some other cameos. So I don't know. They need to add something to make Motaro more fun. So yeah, that's what I think. Maybe a meter burn version of his low projectile that takes away your whole stamina, like cameo stamina, but it launches. and it's a low, and it still retains the plus on block thing. So you could not only use it in pressure, but also use it to combo your opponent or launch your opponent if you get the hit. That could be something that they do. I don't know, but I think Kano and Motaro need some more help to make them more fun. So Kano, I already talked about them. All right, let's move on here to two main roster characters. Number one is my boy Scorpion. I have said this since the beginning of Mortal Kombat 1. I feel like Scorpion, I'm sorry to say this, Scorpion is the most boring that he's ever been in any Mortal Kombat game. Because he only has one game plan. And I'm talking about Scorpion just as a solo character. I'm not talking about him with Pharaoh or anything like that, which I'm going to talk about soon. Scorpion just as a normal base character. All he does is forward 3, stagger. They did add a different move, forward 3-4. You can't even combo into his teleport from that. All you could do is just get his back forward 2. And he staggers with 2-1, and that's it. And grabs. Literally his only game plan. If you are playing him with no cameo. Obviously, there's cameos in the game. That's why I was hesitating to put Scorpion in here. But if you're asking me about making a character more fun, more flashy, Scorpion needs some help to, get him up to the level that he was in MKX. Even in MK11, he had a lot of cool shit. He had the neutral jump punch. He had a lot of cool stuff. Maybe, I don't know. They can't really include the MJP because in MK11, he had the sword for the MJP. So I don't know what they could do to make him more flashy. I do feel like his combos are so slow. They're so slow. You feel like a turtle doing his combos. But I just think that's a sort of like gameplay mechanic overall, like in general for the game. A lot of combo strings feel slow, but Scorpions is like on turtle mode. And I've been consistently saying this about Scorpion since the game came out. I feel like he's boring to play. And thank Lord Boon for putting Farah in the game, for putting Janet in the game, Motaro, these characters that really brought Scorpion up to make him more fun to play. Yeah, Motaro was fun. You could do Scorpion's flame attack into Motaro, and then you could go in for your combos. But they didn't feel as satisfying as some of the combos and conversions and stuff you could get with Farah. Obviously, just Farah in general gave him a lot of variety when it came to his game plan, because it wasn't only forward 3 stagger and all that. It was now you get an overhead, you get a low, you get a grab move, and you get good damage. And now you have Madame Bo, where you could do the same thing you could with Motaro, but it's even more fun because the execution is harder. You get the execution down with those combos, the bottle toss combos. They do a lot of damage. A lot of these cameos have brought up Scorpion's fun factor. But Scorpion as a normal character, like if you just look at the base that he has, is like the most boring Scorpion that has been in a Mortal Kombat game since like NetherRealm Studios, right? He was really flashy in MK9. He was pretty much the same thing from MK9 and Injustice. By the way, Ed, if you could please add the Injustice Scorpion costume to MK1, I would really, really, really love that. I would only be rocking the Injustice Scorpion. In MKX, obviously, he was incredibly fun. Probably the most fun Scorpion ever. 3 different variations, including ninjutsu with the fucking blades. MKX Scorpion, I love you. And then MK11 even had a bunch of flashy stuff as well, including giving him a projectile which no one used. But, it's just something that you could use if you want a little variety. So, yeah, I feel like Scorpion, his combos need to speed up, or he needs to get something a little flashier than being able to combo from back 3, teleport cancel into 1-2. Like, that was what they added to him to make him more flashy. I was like, okay. All right. I mean, it does come in handy, like it's a useful tool, but to add more fun to him or like flashiness to him. That was kind of underwhelming. So my boy Scorpion, like I said, I was hesitating to putting Scorpion in here because I feel like Scorpion's actually really good now, especially in combination with a bunch of like these newer cameos. Scorpion's actually really good. Does a good amount of damage. Does annoy you with staggers and all that. You could combo from his grab easily. Like he's good, but he's not flashy. He's kind of like boring good. If you just look at his base tool set. But I wanted to put him in here because I've been saying this since the beginning, and I love Scorpion so much in this game that I feel like he needs a lot more flashy moves to actually make him the Scorpion that he's known to be. All right, and this is my fourth character. This might come as a shocker to people because she is literally my least played character in MK1, but I feel like that's one of the reasons why I wanted to include her here. But I feel like Lee Mei needs to have the ability to combo like in a bunch of lanterns, like reduce her damage, but let her combo like an infinite amount of lanterns. Not realistically like an infinite amount of lanterns, but like if you let her combo like 5 lanterns and you just reduce the damage scaling, that'll just make her more flashy, more fun. They already added like a new combo string for her. I haven't played her since pretty much the beta, like consistently. And the reason why I played her in the beta so much is because, in my opinion, she was the most fun character because she could combo her, she could do a bunch of like combos into her lantern. And before they nerfed her, or they nerfed her combo potential, you could combo into like 3 to 4 lanterns and they would still pop up at a decent amount and for you to finish the combo. But it just felt good landing those combos where you hit the opponent with 1 lantern, 2 lanterns, 3 lanterns, 4 lanterns, and then you end your combo. And they could just reduce the damage scaling the more lanterns you use or something, right? So if you do a regular B&B combo with Scorpion and Lee Mei right now, she's doing about 50, right? So if I decide to be more flashy and not as optimal damage-wise, and I want to use 5 lanterns instead of 2, let my combo do 45, you know? Like, damage scale the combo, the more lanterns you use. I think that's something that would be fair, but I just think it'll make Lee Mei a little bit more flashy. So yeah, I wanted to bring her in because she's literally my least played character. And I think I have like 21 games played with Lee Mei since MK1 came out. I probably had more games played with her in the beta. In the beta alone, which lasted about a week or 2 weeks or something, than I do since the game came out. And I think one of the biggest reasons is because they nerfed her lantern combo potential. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Those are the 4 characters that I would do something about: Kano, Motaro, Scorpion, and Lee Mei. And of course, just any time that I could plead for online lobbies to be in Mortal Kombat 1, I'm going to take my opportunity because, you know, at least for me personally, online lobbies is the reason why I haven't been playing with viewers in MK1. Because if you guys go to my streams when I play MKX or Injustice 2 and soon Mortal Kombat 11, I always make a room so I can play with viewers because it's fun. But I really hope that they include that in MK1. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.